Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Welcome to our July 2023 Mastery Monday, dissolving being our truth, your truth, our truth. Thank you for being here. We are just rolling right through this year, aren't we? And one of the conversations we're going to have today with this is time and how we're experiencing time and space with everything that's moving right now. So I'll invite you in this moment to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in and allow yourself to just feel your breath, feel your body. Welcome yourself here to this space. We'll do our opening meditation, have a discussion, we'll go into meditation, have sharing at the end. So just allowing your body, your mind, your heart to settle into this space that we're creating together here in this moment. Wherever you are in the world, just welcoming your body into your chair, into your space, into the land below you. Calling all of yourself here. With your breath, just opening your body, expanding your energy, settling into your heart with your breath. As we do so, just wrapping us in a soft, gentle, golden energy to support you coming into your own center, your own body, as well as us coming together as a group. Anyone else that is going to be experiencing this on the replay, just also being welcomed into this soft energy and centering connection to self and the group field. Just feeling your body, feeling your energy, just noticing where you're at today. How's your body feeling? Sending some deep breaths into any parts of the body that want to open more, attention, connection. Welcoming yourself. Just noticing maybe where your mind is, what thoughts have been alive for you. Just acknowledging them. Breathing around them, letting them have some space. Knowing that maybe during our time together here today, they'll have what's needed for any of these thoughts that have been taking place. Anywhere that our mind has been, just welcoming them to this space with intention for them to settle and be where they need to be. And also with the emotions, welcoming any of the emotions into this space in a clear light, a clear way that any of them can be acknowledged and supported in any way in our connection today. And as we do this, we'll welcome a beautiful clear light from above our head, and allowing this clear light to be the whole width of your energy body. Just creating beautiful clear light, expanding in front of you, behind you, both sides of you, and down through the center of your body, and the whole column of light all the way down into earth. The crystalline center of earth, allowing this clear light to support your whole field, your whole body, and being unified, as well as settling, transforming, connecting, unifying, dissolving any energies that are necessary today. And grounding in, settling into your seat even more, to your hips, into your body, just relaxing into your seat. presencing yourself even more, breathing into your heart and welcoming the wisdom, the power, the connection that you are, your soul, yourself. That you get to be all here in this held, supported, connected space. Welcoming your body, your nerve system, your mind, your emotions to relax even more. Beautiful. And from that crystalline energy in the center of the earth, just breathing up this pure energy through the center of your body, through all the cells of the body, welcoming the source energy that our cells are to ignite, come alive, just open, freely flow. Just giving permission to the body to just relax and be present, and allow it to move, and breathe, and be open. Whatever's here today for you. And just breathing. And as we do so, just breathing through the heart and through this, just welcoming all of us that are present today, and all of us that are on the replay, and this clear energy. That our energies unite in harmony, wholeness, and support, and strength, and connection. Beautiful. Welcoming yourself here. Taking a deep breath into the body, into the space around you. Just allowing yourself to be here. Good. Thank you. Begin to speak here. And keep your eyes closed or open, whatever feels good for you. Just know that this is a time and space where you just get to give to yourself. Listening, receiving, being present, sharing, connecting, and just allowing this for you and for all of us here. So what a month it has been since our previous Mastery Monday, and from our solstice gathering, and from all the times that we've been connecting together and traversing these movements of our consciousness, these movements of the earth, this movement of our being. And recently, through the past couple of weeks, especially through the solstice, it's been an incredible time of really dissolving so much that isn't really within the realm of our truth, the realm of our unique expression as source in this planet. And we're moving through the spatial construct of life itself, like where we're feeling in our physical bodies, how we're moving in our physical bodies, and how we're perceiving space around us, and even how we're perceiving time. And through all of this, it's this organic flow. And sometimes there's been a lot of, challenging stuff that's been showing up for us to move through as well, because that happens as we dissolve things. There's more space for maybe some deeper consciousness experiences coming up, right? That are saying, oh, I have some space to show myself. I have some space just to show these parts of our awareness, of parts of our experience, of parts of our physical experience or energetic experience, or our soul experience that may be expressed in other areas of our dimensional reality, that are saying, hi, hi, let's unify more, let's connect more, let's be aware of this greater field of our consciousness. And as we're being more aware of this greater field of our consciousness, we get to get to just sit and be, sit and be with it, and then allow that awareness to give us the information that is needed. And so as this is happening, as I'm watching this, I've been really in this deeper connection with, what we might call our, original template, or what it was like when our experience first came into consciousness. And when our first experience came into consciousness within this realm of the consciousness of Earth, this living consciousness of Earth, and really connecting into these choice points, these choice points of how we chose to come into this realm, of what that looks like with what we're playing out now in this moment in our bodies. And there's all these, what I'm watching, geometries just moving and playing with, going, okay, here's a moment of connection that's coming in for us to receive information. Here's a moment of connection with this person. Here's a moment of connection with our physical bodies and our nerve system and our organs and this light body that we truly are within the cells. It just feels like it's really cultivating this presence, this really deep presence of awareness, and allowing us to move. So I'm curious if anyone is having anything happening in their physical bodies that's coming alive, that's, showing us, what's happening with our biology. And we're all going to be receiving it differently with how our light bodies and how our human body and the light body are merging in this living consciousness of self. And this strength of self that's coming through as we're dissolving. And what I've been hearing more and more lately, and as I'm watching this time spatial condensing, like what we're doing is condensing, right? Condensing into this form, condensing into this energy that's quite expansive at the same time. So as we're perceiving reality, we may be perceiving, our physical experiences as taking up more space. And as we're having this greater expansion in our energy bodies of all of our parts coming into this unified field of our being, we're experiencing time differently, right? Because as we're more expanded in space, we're shifting out of time, right? Because we have more quality of experience that isn't quantifying into that same way that we do with time, right? So that quantity is more like, wow, maybe we're having a lot more experience in what seems a shorter period of time, or even a more expanded period of time. So for me, I don't know what it's like for you, and you can share in chat if you'd like, to see the expansion of how it is that we're relating to our experience. So as this is happening, it's really also about the quality of how we're relating to our experience. So if we're relating to our experience in a much more present way, and we're taking more, or we're allowing that presence to deepen how it is that we are perceiving the experience. So maybe we're perceiving more deeper layers of the experience. We're allowing our feeling to go deeper. We're allowing to receive more information or transmit more information. And so as we're relating in these more expanded and deeper, quieter ways from within, then we're stepping into that bigger spatial experience, that more expanded spatial experience. And then time, as we know it, doesn't really have that same quantification, because we're more focused on the quality of the moment and the presence of the moment and the beingness of the experience. And so what may seem like a day is, maybe expanding into like what we have considered is a month of time or a year of time, right? Because we're experiencing so much more with our awareness in the moment. And it's a really powerful experience because that opens all these possibilities for us in a much more powerful way, in that as we're doing this, we acknowledge more of our truth in the moment, right? Because as we're in that quality of the experience, we can settle into what's really true for us within these layers of these experiences. And then everything, the identities, the egos, the way that we have been in our power dynamics with ourself and the external reality are dissolving. And as we're doing this, the more I'm receiving, it's time to just like dissolve it all, and we've been going through this over the years, right? If you've been with me, we've been doing a lot of this work with shifting the identity, shifting the ego, pulling our power back into this awareness and dissolving all those untruths. And so right now it just feels like we're in a moment where we're dissolving so much of our perceptions that are out of date, per se, with who it is that we would like to be in our reality, who it is that we would like to, how it is that we'd like to experience ourselves, how it is that we'd like to be in our bodies and treat our bodies and be with ourselves and be with others, and have this, that we're really just in that pure clean slate. As we went through last year, there was just all these waves, like, okay, cleaning that out, cleaning that out, cleaning that out. And same with this year, in this experience. It's just, what is it that's really ready in your body, in your perception, in your field, to dissolve? Whether it's relationships with others, or your way of relating with others, or maybe you're moving, or maybe it's just the way that you think and feel, right? You're coming into these new ways of beings and traversing what seems like chasms of experience from who you used to be, right? That now it's like we're in a free space to really dissolve those connections of our being. And then these experiences that maybe we've been wanting to have are really taking that embodiment, taking form, really coming into the experience. And so we're in that playing field of the nothing and the everything right now. Is how much are you willing yourself to step into the nothing, to let the everything settle into your body, settle into your mind, to let that truth have its space. And so as we're connecting into these choice points, right, of how am I moving right now? How am I being right now? What attachments am I still carrying, right, that don't need to be here? What burdens, and that's what I'm seeing a lot too, is that shifting of the burden of what we've been holding, what we may have been holding around who we are and how we identify with who we are. And so today I'd like to just support that experience, of shifting, shifting a lot of that for us, to clear the space, just allow us to have more space to rest into, to allow ourselves to have more space just to be, right? Just to be, and let what may seem like this, all the stuff in the world that's changing and shifting, and, all the experiences in the external, just let ourselves like turn all that off, right? Turn all that off and really settle into this sphere, this universe of ourself, so that everything that's no longer needed from that outside world we can just dissolve those cords and energetics. So just inviting us into this clear space today to know our truth even more, and also being in the awareness that our truth changes, right? Our truth changes. And so what is it right here and now for you? And what's really fascinating about when we watch our truth change, right? When we really watch that and we give that space, that we allow that moment of, wow, I'm letting that change. I'm surrendering into this moment to let what maybe I've put a lot of my energy and time and experience into just dissolve, to allow this greater expanse of myself to embody, to emerge through my heart, to emerge through my mind. And that's okay, because that's what this game is about, right? That's what this experience is about, is not having those attachments. And so I'm going to lead a short meditation today around that. And then what I'd like to do is invite you into a deeper meditation in part 3 of From Worthiness to Wholeness, where we're going to really shift into that space of less attachment to who we've been, especially on our spiritual journey. We're going to focus more of that, of what we consider, quote unquote, our spiritual journey, so that we can do that. So today, we're really going to deepen this dissolving. Are you having that experience of things are really revealing themselves to you in their truth, and you're having that dissolving of self, dissolving of who you, yeah. Good. Yeah. And Michaela, Michelle, hello and blessings from the UK. I have found since my 55th birthday, happy birthday, whenever that was, everything that I thought I knew has been turned on its head. I've been invited to partake in a year's program. Beautiful. It cost 1/8 of my income. Beautiful. I said, yes, it's been amazing to watch in the last few months how I don't have more money coming in, less seems to be going out. I have more money now than I had before. Beautiful, the abundance. Congratulations. It's been an awesome process in trusting divine alignment. I believe we are all taken care of always. We are, aren't we? And I appreciate you saying that, because that was one of the pieces as I was sitting outside before this and just gazing at the beautiful, abundant nature that I have around, and the trees and the plants and the flowers, and just really taking it all in. And as we're dissolving, just really recognizing and really settling into what we've talked about a lot in the past too, is everything that we need is always here, right? When we're trusting in this moment, when we're trusting in this truth of ourselves in the moment, everything that we have is available and present in some form or another. And just trusting that everything is moving with the field of ourselves in pure alignment here. And so I just want to celebrate that. And that's, if we, when we go into the mystic stuff too, I feel like that's where we're at too, in a lot of ways, is that hanged man that's upside down, right? And we go through many of these, right? That hangman that's upside down. You're like, well, why is he hanging by his foot? And, looking at the world upside down, because that's what we're doing. We're doing that 180 and seeing everything totally new and different, and letting ourselves acclimate, to what's new and different, and sensing ourselves in a new structure, sensing ourselves in a new way of being, and really allowing that to embody and really take form in our lives in different ways. And life is that. Life is that. And I think, when we talk about that, seeing things in a different way, I think that's why we close our eyes so much in meditation, because, when we're seeing from the outside, everything's getting flipped, right? The way our ocular experience is with our brain, we're looking out and everything's upside down, has to flip it upright, right? For us to see it. So when we close our eyes, we just get to be, right? We don't have to take in the outer stimulus, and we can just sense the feeling of the truth. We can sense the experience of our truth. And then what we can do with that sensing and that feeling and that wavelength of energy and that frequency of energy is really take that in. So into the lens of our filter, of our mind, of our nerve system, of our being, of our bodies, of our cells, of all the functions of our experience, that when we open our eyes back up from that experience, that we choose to see through that lens. right? We choose to, and this is that part of being projectors of creating our reality, right? That we choose to see through this lens and it's coming out, and that's what we're seeing in our world. And so that's when we're in that deep presence, when we're in that deep inner presence. And that's how this world is dissolving and shifting, because the more that we pull our energy into this deep presence of ourself, the more we're choosing to see the reality of our truth, in our eyes, and projecting that reality into the world and creating that existence. So a lot of times, if we're meditating and we come out of meditation, we're like, oh, okay, back in this reality, back to daily. It's like, let's not do that, right? When we close our eyes, when we open our eyes, let's choose, okay, this is what I'm seeing through. This is what I'm seeing with. This is how I'm seeing. And then whenever we come up to something in our reality that seems a little like, oh, that's not in alignment with what I'd like to see or how I'd like to see it, just accepting it and saying, oh, okay, that's there. How do I want to perceive that? How do I want to relate to that? And how do I want to move with or around or through or however, right? And so that we're really, really then deepening even more into that presence of self, instead of letting ourselves getting pulled, into the external world and getting wrapped up and entangled and involved with those things that then is going to insert the ways into our brain, into our nerve system of how we're going to perceive and be with reality. So we're bringing it back into that choice point of self, of creator, of source, of choosing. And that creates more dissolving of the realities around us and time and experience and those things, because we are embodying and choosing, right? So we'll do that today. Does that sound fun? So Michaela, yes, I see purple at the top of the rainbow in my third eye. It makes sense to me because of our chakras. Yeah, definitely a lot of rainbow iridescent energy been moving through recently as we are connecting into what I consider the full spectrum of reality more and more, right? That as we unify, we're seeing, more of these beautiful representations of frequency and life itself through the vibrancy of color. So, all right, beauty and joy. Yes. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Kristen. Accept what is, especially when it hurts. It's painful. Deep collective clearings. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Before we go into meditation, that when I sent out my last email, that's been a huge piece that's been happening, is the collective clearing. And if for those of you who've been reading my emails, it was really powerful to watch this over the past couple of weeks and see what's been showing up in these collective programs that we all have been carrying in some degree, some way, consciously, unconsciously, really shift. And so much more wanting to, so many more people wanting to come alive, and really go, wow, I don't want to hold on to these childhood experiences that have been shaping my life for so long, and how it is that I am in life, and just the feeling of wanting to be happy and joyful and connected in life. And I set up at a metaphysical fair, and that was the theme. Everyone that came and sat in front of me, and it was really cool because I got to work from teenagers to people in their 60s and 70s, this spectrum of people. So just giving you a range of what's happening with people right now is like these cool teenagers just being like, yeah, like I want to work with plants and crystals and heal and, open myself up to what that is. And, meeting their crystal guides or their animal guides or the feelings within them. And that's kind of how they're perceiving it right now. And so just allowing that to be, and just who do, no wanting to know who they are in this world and just being like, yes, like, yes. Um, and then, at that point, and even some of them as the teenagers just saying, wow, I just want to let go of some of these experiences I had, even if it was an uncomfortable experience with a friend or a real friendship ending, because we had those as teenagers. And how long do we carry those in life? And she'll just going, wow, just the openness that's happening. And then through the different layers of energy of these people of age ranges of just saying, I just want to be happy and let go of this and know who I am now and do this, in life. And it was just so profound to just see so much moving through the field, so much moving through the field. And then just seeing how much of that is moving on such an immense level of shift right now. It's like, that time and space of that critical mass of people just saying, all right, it's time to just let go of all this stuff that's not necessary, really coming into ourselves, right? Really coming into ourselves. Kristen, good for you. Barely stay awake. Sorry, you probably don't want to be asleep at 3 p.m., but glad you're sleeping very deeply. Yeah, because I know some people are having sleeplessness, and like, everything is just so awake, and so there's so much intensity happening in our systems right now that, sleep, great, let your body integrate and do the work that it needs to do, on the unconscious level right now. It's still conscious in a lot of ways and maybe coming into your waking life. But yeah, I know for me, it's been, really, some nights I'm up really late because I can't sleep and things are moving, and then other nights I'm just like out and that's it. Like, so it's varied. I think, what we're all experiencing. And yeah, when it hurt, and just going back to what we started off with here, with when it hurts and it's painful, yeah, it's like relating and saying, wow, when we're in that space. And I think that's what I was really guiding people through over that weekend, is going, okay, well, can we take what we're perceiving as hurtful and painful and transmute the hurt and the pain out of it and just perceive it as something, that happened, so that we can see more information in it. Because a lot of times when we can do that and saying, okay, yeah, I took that on as a painful or hurtful experience in this moment when I'm watching something right here in the moment, or something that we experienced in the past, right? Or what in another experience, and say, wow, can I just take that moment and acknowledge, all the emotions and feelings that are there, and breathe around it and welcome love or compassion or forgiveness or just energy, just pure energy around it, whatever it is that we want to do, and acknowledge all the pain and the hurt, and then just let that dissolve. Then welcome ourselves back to ourselves from that, right? And go, okay, keep doing that over and over and over again, to how many times it takes to let that pain body be relieved, of carrying that, right? So, and just letting and really taking it in. And I feel like that has been a big part of the dissolving that's happening right now. And I know it is, for me too, in all these experiences that show up, as we're moving through this. So yeah, so let's yeah, Michaela, yay for humanity. Yes. And then feeling that joy, and seeing the beauty through it, right? Seeing this, what we may call our Eden reality, our paradise reality, or our true reality, or the original reality, or heaven on earth, or heaven, really embodying that, right? So Carolyn, yeah, I can stay awake about 4 p.m. and sleep again very deeply. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. However it is, just that's the thing that we can do in this moment too, is just let our bodies be, let our minds and our bodies be to whatever we're experiencing, and just surrendering into how we're relating to it. Yeah. Hi, Lisa and Adam on Facebook. Thanks for being here. Powerful energies, very good guidance today. Yeah, you're welcome, Adam. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's just do our meditation now and welcome in these parts of ourselves that are wanting to dissolve and see what we can gather from them, because I find so much information is coming through it for us to really just settle in more and more to our hearts and to our experience. So let's take a deep breath in, welcoming yourself here again. And if there is anything that you heard or felt, just letting all the resonant energies, just asking them to settle and integrate. And anything that maybe doesn't feel resonant, just asking for that to settle where it needs to go as well. That you can just be here present in your body, with asking harmony to come through the mind, the body, all the energy fields, the heart, your higher self, connecting through here in unity of consciousness of your being. Letting your face relax, relaxing the eyes and the cheeks, letting your belly relax, your shoulders fall, letting your hands rest comfortably where that feels good to you, on your lap or in your chair. Letting yourself, just allow yourself, your hips, breathing deeply into those hips and the lower back, the belly, just extending your breath, just to let that energy just settle in all the way down your legs into your feet. Letting yourself really be here in your space. Okay, welcoming the breath into the heart. We're going to welcome in the quantum love sanctuary, this beautiful, energetic container to envelop our field in love, and unity, and harmony, and clarity, and purity around all of us here, in the fullness of our being. And then, if you wish to, inviting one to come around your individual body and energy field that just holds the space and soothing, loving container of you. This is really just inviting your energy around you, the quality, the highest existence of your being, and the clearest frequency of your being to love to surround you and hold you. As we're breathing in, just noticing what may have come up for you as we talked, any information, any feelings, any ideas, any inspirations, any knowings, just acknowledging them. Through your heart, welcoming relationship to self. A relationship to self that honors your truth, that honors this deep presence of self and your truth in your body, in your awareness. That honors all that is moving and shifting in your body, in your mind, and your emotions, revealing any deeper awarenesses and dissolving any of the parts of you that are no longer needed. Any experiences, anything held in the energy bodies. I'm going to ask for a soothing, beautiful golden pink light to flow through the energy bodies and through the heart, just asking for anything, just intending for your field to just dissolve. any energetics, any thoughts, any feelings, anything within the physical body that you've been working with, that you're aware of, or anything that's maybe unconscious that's just willing and ready to dissolve. Welcome in more space of yourself, of your truth in this moment. Embody, integrate. Ooh, yeah, good. As we do this, just letting any and all energy dissolve into pure energy, dissolving into pure energy. Anything that you would like, and you can intend anything specific that you're working with, or you can just ask for anything that's ready. With love and gratitude. Oh, yeah, good. Just welcoming any cords of the body to release. I'm seeing with all of any and all pain bodies that have been just been ignited recently through any experiences, to just release cords to those pain bodies. Just asking for any emotions that have been up, if it's with people, with the world in general, with yourself, and any other experiences before this moment. Good. We're just going to envelop them in this good, beautiful, in this light. Just asking for any of that to just gently be dissolved with love and compassion. Any of the parts of the self to come back to you, or to dissolve many of those experiences. Good. Just welcoming more space through the physical body. We're going to ask for anywhere that was also held in the physical body. Any of the organs, the tissue, the bones, the skin, the blood, any of the fluids of the body, just to gently release out. Sending this light through the body. Sending this light through the body. Oh, good. Through the heart. Welcoming the self to open to a more expanded space of the physical body. Just letting this light expand the space of the physical body and the energy bodies. As you're breathing, imagining you're breathing in a light, and you can allow your system to show you whichever light it is, whatever color, frequencies this light or light colors are, just to breathe it through the physical body, in and out of the lungs, just flowing through the system and the blood, nourishing the whole physical body and all the cells of the body, to bring the functions of our body in alignment, in harmony and balance with the shifts of our planet, the shifts of our physical body, the shifts of our mind and emotions and all that's moving right now, that we come into pure alignment, in balance and vitality with all that is moving and coming alive within us. We're welcoming this light. We're welcoming this balance. We're welcoming ourselves to just hold on to nothing but the deepest truth and presence of ourself right now. Deepest truth and presence of ourself right now. And asking this deepest truth and presence of yourself to just show itself, maybe as another color or an image or a sensation through you. Welcoming it through from the heart, wherever it feels it's coming through from, welcoming it through the physical body, the energy body, letting yourself really deepen into that. Maybe it wants to share something with you, show you something. Bringing some information to you, showing you something physical, image, welcoming it to you. Welcoming this to you and welcoming the physical body to be nourished, the mind to be nourished, the emotions to be nourished, the whole being to be soothed and nourished and held. And as you're breathing into this space, just welcoming this deep presence and truth of yourself through your whole body, through your whole foundation of your being, the structure of your bones, the minerals of the body. Saying yes to yourself, saying yes to this truth of yourself in this moment, allowing all that is to be as it is, and allowing this truth to shape the nerve system and how the energy flows in your body, allowing yourself to flow with your source, yourself, your being. Good. Dissolving even more parts of this reality that are no longer needed for you. Just letting yourself settle into this body. And as you're breathing in this abundance of energy, this abundance of free energy that you are, this flow of yourself that is, the strength and the power of this truth and free energy and all the qualities of your being that expand around you and open into these frequencies of being and experience and beauty. And as you're doing that, just allow that, just welcoming it into the brain, into the center of the brain, the pineal gland. And as you welcome it into the center of the brain and the pineal gland, we're going to welcome that vision, this truth, this knowing, this color, this image, however it is that you're perceiving it and experiencing it in this moment, to flow through all the synapses of the brain and through into the nerves of the eyes. The nerves of the eyes. The lenses of the eyes. Into the heart and into the root of your body, the spinal cord, and through all the nerves of the body. Through all of the energy around the body. With this movement and wholeness and embodiment of yourself in this moment, welcoming yourself to feel and see and experience the world through this truth, through this knowing of your being. Welcoming in the rhythm of your being, the vision, the felt sense of self. Through this in this moment. As you breathe through this, let the light open and expand, and the energy is relaxing into it, opening to you. settling into your whole being, shaping and being formed as this presence, bringing forth the qualities of the being that sees and experiences yourself in this world as this. Settling into this body and the space and welcoming this expansion of this to flow through everything in your environment around you. Welcoming the balance of this energy, of these frequencies uniting into the space around you, all the objects, all the living consciousness in the space around you coming into harmony with this truth of you. Feeling your feet, feeling your body, feeling this, breathing into the center of your body, welcoming it to strengthen and ground and expand through you, through the center channel of your body. And from this powerful space, from this deep space of presence within, taking some deep breaths, letting yourself relax even more into your space. We're going to create the vision through the eyes that this truth, this being, is what enhances, uplifts, creates how you move and see and feel and experience the external world. Like the deeper presence of your being is creating the world around you. You're dissolving all the images, perceptions, ideas, beliefs to allow you to have a more clear perception of self and the world around you, the way you move. Breathing through the heart, feeling your body, space around you. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes gently, just gently opening them. You don't have to look at the screen, just gently open your eyes and just notice yourself and your sense of self with the intention of opening your eyes to the space around you with this deep sense of self and presence, of your truth. Letting yourself witness the space around you, this deep truth of self. Centered deep space, that inner sense of self that's looking out, creating the world, being you, this deep truth. Just noticing how that feels. Noticing how it feels to just stay within your body, stay in that deep experience of self while you just perceive the world around you. Taking a few deep breaths, letting yourself really just deepen into this gentle gazing, viewing the world from the space within. Maybe from this space, you wish to just creating or just settling into that frequency or color or image of self, of how it feels, letting that immigrate and ground even deeper. Noticing how your body feels, noticing maybe how the colors are around you, present with this. And we'll come into a space of sharing. We'll just take a few moments to integrate here and just come into a space of sharing with each other. What came forward for you, or what opened up for you. I know sometimes that when we do this, some things that are super inspiring can open up, some things that feel uncomfortable can open up. I had an experience the other day where I was when I went into meditation very quickly, or just sitting and being in stillness, and just very quickly just felt everything of my experience dissolve. Just everything. It was like there was nothing to even perceive or connect into. And it was just like this consciousness just experiencing some, just that experience of nothingness. And then later that day and the next day, some really intense things were coming up. It was like that needed to happen for this space of these things that were being still held in my physical body and mind and emotions came up. So just notice that sometimes when we do this, it can actually create the space for something to show itself, to us that we can work with and connect into, right? And then from this space, from this deeper sense of self and space, we can connect into it maybe in a different way than we did in the past, right? Maybe in the past we had a more challenging time being present with it, or accepting it, or allowing it, right? And then this morning, just letting in meditation, everything just, just everything that is just came into unity within my body. And it was just like, whoa, just feeling like this wholeness of everything, right? So just notice that we're kind of going in these oscillations of just complete nothingness and complete everythingness, and just how this is going to shape this, process of being more in our truth. Yeah, Michaela, wonderful. Thank you. I was breathing through the back of my body, an unusual sensation as I usually concentrate on the front and side. Feels awesome to feel the back of my body relaxing and expanding. Yes, absolutely. I feel that's such a powerful experience because, because we see from the front of our body, most of our experience, we're kind of looking what's just in front of us. And even in meditation, we have that experience. Sometimes when we close our eyes, we're just focusing and it feels like that forward experience. And so, yes, I welcome that, experience of the wholeness of our body, and breathing into and recognizing the wholeness, whether it's, the back or the sides or, wherever it is. So it's just really beautiful to come into that wholeness of yourself today, Michaela. Thank you. And Kristen, deep stillness. Yes. So Sarah, that was so beautiful. I was seeing all this violet and pink light pulsing and moving out and through me while it's going inward very deeply, feeling so much calm and peace. Oh, beautiful, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah. So curious, does anyone want to come on with your voice and share? Feel free to do that if you wish. You can raise your hand on the screen, or you can just unmute yourself and share, or raise your hand in participants or under chat next to your name, wherever you are from your phone or computer. Yeah, it's also nice to just hear each other's voices. Yeah, Michaela, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, I just wanted to share more of this experience has been extraordinary to me, because I've been watching, I'm spending an eighth more than I spent previously. And I've been really watching it the last few months, and it's just so aligned to step into this process. How when I'm watching spending in my bank account, I'm seeing the money coming out, and the balance doesn't make sense. It's like somehow, and I've been watching this for a few months, it's just kind of like, and the bank's not picking up on it, and it's just like this perfect alignment that, through this choice to step into this spiritual group, all of me is acceptable. And I found for so many years in many spiritual groups that only the love and light and nice parts of me were acceptable. And it's nice when so much is coming up for us that can be challenging, to be able to speak that into this group too, and to be supported within all that I am. So it's amazing. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And, it's like our frequency, as I was seeing your frequency. The frequency is what's feeding the bank account, right? And that's what we're moving into, right? Is our frequency. And even though we still may be using money in some form, whether it's digital or whether it's paper or coins or whatever, that it's really the frequency that's being imparted through that experience. So I thank you for sharing that. And as well, isn't it powerful? And that's interesting, because that's one of the pieces I wanted to play with in the next part 3 from worthiness to wholeness, is that idea where for so long, spiritual communities have, been tiptoe or bypass or, get really uncomfortable when the shadow shows up, right? Really uncomfortable. And I feel like more and more we're getting more comfortable with, being able to speak it, being able to share it, being able to allow that to be a part of our experience, because it is, it really is. And there's no judgment or attachment to who you're being or who you're not being, in the experience of it, because it just is, right? And so, yeah, thank you, Michaela. I appreciate that. I think it's really necessary, necessary for us to be able to share those parts of ourselves, with compassion and love and connection. So thank you. Yeah, Ying, deep gratitude for this calm sensation. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I saw so much shift to just sharing that, as I'm watching the field as a whole with everyone. Just saw an incredible amount shifting, especially, with where we still maybe had been holding some things, within our experience. And I know we're going through so much that sometimes it's coming at us so fast in so many different ways and layers that, what I call like our, energetic hygiene, if we're not kind of consistently paying attention to how that may be affecting us energetically, if we had a challenging experience or a painful experience, that this is such a wonderful space to come into, to be able to, moving that energy that still may be held. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for that feeling and experiencing all you shared, Michaela. Absolutely. And thank you, Kristen, for this space and energy, keeping it real. Yep. For real. What else is there, besides keeping it real right now? And that's where it's at, because, as I'm moving, I'm shifting location. And, someone asked, where I'm moving in, it's in the same area, it's in the same town, not one of my grand moves out of state to a whole nother town. This is just within town. And, I was really perceiving this because when I first moved to this town, I lived on the west side, the far west side. Then I moved to the far east side, and now I'm going to the middle. So I'm making this like traverse experience that I'm just finding really profound to relate to the land here and to the energy here. And what's really cool in this town too is that even though I'm in the center of town, I'm still up against national forest and this beautiful trail that is right by where I am, and so yeah, there is what we call a mountain here. I mean, I call it a hill compared to mountains, but it's all relative, I guess. But it's really an experience right now as we're traversing changes in our life to just really keep it real. And I think that's one of the main things that I think we can support right now with ourselves, with friends, with partners, with children, with our siblings, or our, whoever it is that we're relating with, to really keep it real, and be like, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what's coming up, this is how I'm moving with this, or being with this. And I feel that the more we do that, that's also deepening that presence in that truth, right? Because it really allows us to shape our reality through through that sharing, right? And not holding anything. So yeah, absolutely, moving in an infinity loop, Kristen. Absolutely. I know I saw that the other day. I was like, oh, here, and then over there, and then right to here. So yes, and this is actually just a temporary move. So it's actually a really cool experience for me to be like, okay, I'm going to be here for a little bit until shifting again, and it's okay. And I'm just like, wow, just moving with it. And so just allowing ourselves to kind of perceive maybe the changes that are happening in our lives from the perspective of that curiosity of like, ooh, what's this bringing alive for me? What's it opening for me? What's coming forward for this in me? And how do I get to really open into this experience? And that's what's been shaping for me. And it's been really profound to see these little pieces coming alive in the moment. So I'll be moving this coming weekend. Love that on your move at the middle, the center. Yes, absolutely. So anyone else want to share? Yes, Lisa, feeling energetic shifts spinning inside, completions and changings not yet revealed, feeling anxiousness. Yeah, there can be that, experience of anxiousness, when we're feeling, things moving, when we know things are completing, we know things are changing, but we don't know yet what it is because there's so much moving. And like the mind or the emotions or the nerve system is really, moving with that. And there isn't that settled place. So just inviting the acknowledgement, of the anxiousness and the acknowledgement of that to just, acknowledge the spinning. And so as we acknowledge the spinning, we can just maybe find the center of the spinning, right? Just welcome yourself into the center of the spinning. And as you welcome yourself into the center of the spinning, just welcome the relaxation, welcome the knowing that it's all moving, and that with that moving, there is a foundation, because it's the intelligence, and that's what I've been, really perceiving is the intelligence within all that shifting and moving and all that we're creating right now. So just acknowledging you, Lisa, with what you're moving with right now. Yeah, so Adam, I experienced a greater sense of stillness and self-awareness, self-empowerment. Also, I felt a beautiful calmness of my brain and nervous system energies, healing tight feelings in my brain and nervous system, the blue healing energy. Beautiful. Yeah, good. Good for the tightness to relax a bit, huh? It is fascinating once we find out, we sometimes settle into these spaces and like, whoa, I was really holding that pretty tight, wasn't I? Woo. Wow. So I just want to thank everyone for being here today. It's always wonderful to connect. And let's do a quick moving of this energy into, yeah, you're welcome, Lisa, for your lovely words. Let's just take a moment and settle into our bodies here, acknowledging everything that showed up for us today, everything that we're moving with, all that we're acknowledging and allowing and dissolving and coming into and surrendering and receiving and being, and just saying yes to the wholeness of it, knowing that it is all a wholeness of our being. And gratitude for ourselves being here today and everyone that also showed up. And if there were any intentions or that space, and just acknowledging that deep presence within that you get to move through your eyes, through your body, through your feeling state, through your experiencing of this reality, that you move through it from that deep lens of inner presence and truth, and all the truth that was revealed today to you. Beautiful. A deep breath through the heart, allowing our energies to come into our own bodies. The group feel to just be a part of this beautiful connection of unity that we always have in the pureness of ourselves. So I'll send out this replay, and this meditation is always present for you. If it's something that could support you in the day to just settle into your body, settle into your presence, and allow any parts of yourself to come into that deep calm and space, it'll be there for you. So if you'd like to gift for our time today, please do. The links will be in the email, the replay email, and all the other emails, as well as I will be inviting you into that From Worthiness to Wholeness Part 3. So you just see so many of these layers of ourselves showing up that we can continue to support. And I have some projects that I'm working on that I'll be revealing soon. I'm excited about. And if you'd like a session with me, that link will also be in the replay email if there's things that are coming up for you that you need support with, or just guidance, or just want to be held in a space to move through, and embody what's taking place for you. So with that, Sarah, gorgeous. Thank you, Chris, and all your energy and presence. Cynthia, thank you so much. Peace. Yeah, I think that's, really what I've been, sensing more and more is just ourselves welcoming that peace, welcoming that peace, however we can, into our lives, into our bodies, into our minds, so that we can just really be in a calm space, right? In a calm space. So I love you all. If you wish to unmute to say your goodbyes or salutations or blessings, whatever it is, please do. Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Kristen, and everyone. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Nancy, Kristen.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So much love. May this take you through your day and through this month. Kind of maybe, set a space. That's one of the things that I've been acknowledging, is setting a space. If you don't want to say a month, if you want to kind of be out of time or whatever, but just like send it forward, send it through the wholeness of your being, and just continuing to welcome this to be your supportive foundation through this moment. Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia. You unmuted. All right.
I'm out of here.
Woohoo! Rainbows and hearts. Yay! Thank you. Love you all. We'll see you soon.
Love you.